This is a Mini Cooper, widely regarded as one of the most unreliable cars in the world, and I'm about to drive it 2,300 miles across America. Let me explain. I fell in love with Mini Coopers as a teenager when I first watched The Italian Job. Fast forward 20 years later, I've still never owned one, but that's all about to change because I have come up with a rather cunning plan. In this video, I fly halfway across the United States, fly my very first Mini Cooper, then over the course of 4 days, drive it over 2,300 miles home to Louisiana. See? A rather cunning plan, I say. There's gonna be highs and lows.
What the heck happened?
Things are going to go wrong.
God, why?
And I'm going to learn firsthand why this car is widely regarded as one of the most unreliable vehicles on the planet. But in the end, I purchased my dream car, get to take it on the trip of a lifetime, and you get to come with me. But first things first, I need to actually purchase the car. So I bought a last-minute plane ticket, caught a flight, and before you know it,
I'm in San Francisco. It's awesome.
Right now feels like a good time to mention that I've never been to California. I've actually never been farther west than Oklahoma before, so I'm definitely a fish out of water right now.
I don't really know where I am or where I'm going. I've never been here. I've never been to San Francisco before. Oh, I see. Oh, there it is. Look. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Hi, so sorry, real quick, 2 seconds here. The seller of the car who you're about to meet in this scene was such a nice guy. He really was such a great guy. But he did very kindly ask that his identity not be disclosed in the video. So I'm not gonna show you who he is or use his name. As a matter of fact, from now on, we will affectionately refer to him as Earl. Okay, got it? All right, we're gonna move ahead now. So sorry to slow you down. Dude, what's up, man? Bro, it's so great to see you. Oh my gosh. I knew it was gonna look good, but it looks so good, dude.
Before I purchase a car that I've never seen before from a complete stranger that I've never met before, it would stand to reason I probably need to go somewhere and inspect the car pretty thoroughly.
Hey, there he is.
Enter my good friend, Charlie. Charlie is a mechanic local to Monroe, Louisiana. Actually, funny enough, before I purchased this car, I did try to find somebody in our area who works on Mini Coopers. Charlie is literally the only person I could find.
Oil, is this the dipstick, I'm assuming?
Yeah, that is.
Yeah. I'm just looking to see if it's dripping anything. Yo, that's good. Yeah, that's water. Yeah, it's water.
After a fairly thorough inspection of the car with Charlie, I settled up, filled out the necessary paperwork, and before you know it, I am the proud owner of my very first Mini Cooper. Oh my gosh. It's just hitting me right now how stupid this whole idea is.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please say hello to Benny. Short for Benedict because he's a classy little British gentleman. Benny is a 2013 Mini Cooper S with the 6-speed manual gearbox. Do not let his size fool you. This little dude rips down the road. There is a literal mountain of stuff that I cannot wait to tell you about this car. I am so excited, but we have to get on the road because the day is getting late and I'm already running like way behind schedule. So let's go to Vegas.
But before that, let's go sit at the DMV for 2.5 hours. Yep, that's right. In order to legally drive this car home from California all the way to Louisiana, I first have to go by the California DMV and pick up what's called a one-way permit. Essentially proof that I own the car since it is still technically titled in his name. This should protect me if I get pulled over anywhere between here and Louisiana, but unfortunately that means wasting 2.5 hours sitting at the DMV. When I could be out driving the car around, I wanted to go see the Golden Gate Bridge, I wanted to see the Redwoods, I wanted to see the train cars. I'm not gonna get to do any of that now, which is so frustrating. I went all the way to San Francisco and I didn't get to see any of the San Francisco stuff. But as I was leaving the DMV, I reminded myself that I didn't come for any of the San Francisco stuff. I came for Benny. So after leaving the DMV, I stopped at the grocery store to pick up some road trip snacks and some supplies for the car. I turned the music up, put the moonroof back, and started to put California in the rearview mirror. How is this place? I mean, everywhere I look, every direction I look is so beautiful. Do you hear that rumble? I don't know what that is. It just started, but it's really loud and kind of concerning. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what that rumble is, but if you turn the music up loud enough, you can't hear it. At this point, I'm very impressed with Vinny. I mean, I was kind of expecting to have seen some sort of issues by now, but so far he has been nothing but perfectly. What on earth just happened to that mirror? I am so confused right now. What on earth? What? Did you catch on fire? What the heck happened? I literally have no idea what I'm looking at. Just to make sure I wasn't going crazy, I called and... So I've been using my mirrors the whole time. This is my driver's side mirror? What the? That's what my passenger mirror looks like now. I don't know, but that looks like it's been in a fire, dude. Yeah, he's just as confused as I am. With one less side view mirror and slightly diminished spirits, I finally crossed over into Nevada. And the sunset here is just unbelievable. Before going into a pretty long stretch of just desert with no gas stations, I went ahead and fueled up. Gas here was $6.39 per gallon, which reminds me, was kind enough to fuel the car up before he brought it to me. So that meant I was able to actually drive, get out of California and into Nevada before I had to put more fuel in the car. And while $6.39 is still an egregious amount of money to pay for fuel, the fuel prices in California were like $8. So I'm not complaining. As I approached my stop for the night, the sleepiness was definitely starting to sink in. I even stopped at one point, got out of the car and did some jumping jacks and some stretches just to get a little more blood flow before getting back in the car and trying to make one final push into Las Vegas. The trek from San Francisco to Las Vegas was 544 miles. It was supposed to be around 8.5 hours, but it ended up being quite a bit more. As I rolled into Las Vegas, I realized something that I never knew about this city before, and that is, it is genuinely beautiful. These enormous buildings towering over top of you as you come into the city is genuinely jaw-dropping. I rolled into town half past midnight, and listen, I might not have gotten to see the Golden Gate Bridge, and I might not have gotten to see the Redwoods, but come hell or high water, by hook or by crook, I will see the Las Vegas Strip at night.
You're gonna need somebody near you who'll never go away. You're gonna need someone to hear all those nice things that you want to say.
This place is awesome. The buildings, the lights, the palm trees, the people, the costumes, all of it is just wow. But I didn't linger for very long because what was supposed to have taken me 8.5 hours ended up taking me 15 hours. And literally all I want right now is a double-double from In-N-Out and to just pass out. Oh my God. It's 1:30 in the morning. I'm so tired. All I want to do is eat this food and take a shower and go to bed. That's what I'm going to do. I'll see you in the morning.
Good morning. It is 6:41 a.m. I went to bed at 2 a.m. So I've gotten 4 hours and 40 minutes of sleep. Time to get on the road.
I don't know if anybody's keeping track, but I woke up yesterday morning at 5 a.m. Central Standard Time to get on an airplane and go to San Francisco. And I didn't make it to my hotel room and go to sleep until 2 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. 2 a.m. Pacific Standard Time is 4 a.m. Central Standard Time. So yeah, that means I had been up and going for 23 hours before I went to sleep, and I didn't even get 5 hours of sleep last night. But then going down to the parking garage and seeing Benny down there waiting for me just lifted my spirits like immediately. I mean, this car is just so cool.
I need my chapstick. Oh, look, the sphere. That's awesome.
You guys already know I'm not going anywhere without coffee. It is 8:07 local time, getting a much better start than yesterday. It is 10 hours and 40 minutes to my next stop. Let's go to El Paso. I have 727 miles to cover today, and 10 hours and 40 minutes doesn't really sound all that bad. But yesterday was supposed to be 8.5 hours, and it ended up being 15. So it is literally anybody's guess how long today's gonna take. Before we completely leave town, I need to stop and get some fuel. And to my surprise, that's not bad. $4.79. Am I reading that right? $4.79? Heck yeah, dude. That's what I paid in Dallas. Let's give the old engine a quick lookaroo. I took this as an opportunity to go ahead and top the car off with oil. I checked the dipstick, and to be honest, I think it's fine, but I'm not a mechanic, and all I remember is that everything I've read online mixed with what Charlie told me says that turbocharged engines tend to want to drink oil, so it's good to check that whenever you stop for fuel, and if you need to, top it off just a little bit. But I gotta be honest, I'm not a mechanic, and I don't really know what I'm looking for, so hopefully this is not a mistake. After fueling up, topping off, taking a couple photos, and giving Benny a good once-over, it's time to get on the road because I still have a little over 700 miles to put behind me. Now seems like a good time to explain why I went all the way to California for the car in the first place. Like I said, I was looking for a very specific Mini Cooper, and I just happened to find the one that I was looking for in San Francisco. To explain why I was looking for such a specific car, I need to give you a very quick backstory of Mini Cooper. The idea for the Mini Cooper came in the 1950s when the British Motor Company tasked their head engineer, Alec Isagonis, and his team to come up with a car that was small, nimble, had great gas mileage, but could still fit a reasonable amount of stuff inside the car. The first Mini rolled off the line in 1959, and there was actually two of them. There was the Austin Mini and the Morris Mini. By the way, I'm condensing a very large history lesson down into a small bite-sized thing, so if you are like a real Mini Cooper history nerd, please don't give me crap in the comments. The car was an immediate hit, but it was horribly underpowered, and so in 1960, a guy by the name of John Cooper, see where we're going here? John Cooper entered the picture. Now, you might not know who John Cooper is, but he is literally an engineering and racing legend. He and his dad actually came up with the mid-engine design that is used in modern F1 cars now. And so when he showed up, he essentially said, the cars are already really cool. Let's try and make them fast. And in 1961, we saw the arrival of the very first Mini Cooper. The Mini stayed virtually the same for about 40 years until they were bought by BMW in 1994. And that's getting us a little closer to modern day era. And I swear to you, this is all leading up to why I bought this particular. It's gonna make sense. A new and improved Mini Cooper showed up in 2000, and it was given the designation R53. Also, the R53s are the exact cars that we saw in the Italian Job. The R53 was supercharged and super sick, but it was horribly unreliable. Power steering pump problems, cooling system leaks, oil leaks, gasket failures, water pump failures, and the list just goes on. So just to recap, I really want the car from the Italian Job, but I need one that's going to actually be reliable. In 2007, BMW overhauled the car again and came out with the R56, which looked very, almost identical to the R53, but they were so much worse. if you can even imagine. Cars from 2007 to 2010, they had timing chain issues, gasket leaks, they had carbon buildup, and so much more. And this was largely due to the engines that they put in the R56 models. But finally, in 2011, BMW introduced the N18 motor that they started using in the Mini Coopers, and it fixed a significant majority of the issues that had been plaguing the Mini Coopers for so many years. Okay, bring you up to speed. We have the R56. It looks very similar to the R53, but they've been really unreliable until 2011. And then they only made the cars from 2011 to 2013 with those really reliable motors. After literally weeks of research, I concluded that the 2013 Mini Cooper S with the manual 6-speed gearbox is the most reliable Mini Cooper that they made. Again, that looks like the ones from the Italian Job. And when I tell you I scoured the country looking for that car, but I finally found what I was looking for, and it was in San Francisco. So there you go. That's why, that's all of that to say, that's why I went to California to get this car. I'm trying really hard to like stay on task, stay on the road, and keep putting miles behind me, but it's like every turn I make is another Bob Ross painting, and I'm really struggling to not stop at every single scenic overlook I pass. I do have one detour that I planned for, though.
Hey. What are you doing?
I'm at work. What are you doing?
Staying on the side of the road. Do you remember well, it's a little later, but last year when you went to Route 66 and I was so jealous?
I didn't realize you were that jealous, but where are you guys?
I'm on Route 66. Now, follow-up question.
I know, but
Do you know me well enough to know that I can't just top you, I have to outdo you? Did you get to take photos of your car on Route 66?
no, I didn't, and I was right.
You're dead on the money.
Oh yeah, important context. I actually called him last week and told him I was looking at a couple of different cars, and one of them I was really sold on, but I didn't think he would probably approve of it because it probably isn't the most reliable vehicle in the world. And when I said that, he said, I bet it's a Mini Cooper.
Very nice. Where are you? Like Arizona?
Yeah.
New Mexico?
Arizona.
Why? It's not showing me your location.
Yeah, I turned my location. Turned my location off. Of all 9 billion people on this planet, I was most excited to share it with you forever.
Are you going? Is your route taking you through Mesa or Phoenix?
I think I go through Phoenix in just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, you should get up with Courtney and see if it would be appropriate for you to swing by and meet her mom.
Oh!
Dad.
What a fine idea, Jordan.
So I'm making an impromptu stop in Mesa, Arizona, just outside of Phoenix. Obviously, I've never been here before, but I'm visiting my older brother's in-laws, my sister-in-law's mom and stepdad, and I am so excited. I've never met them before. I don't really know these people, but I've heard really great things, so I'm looking forward to it. I like I'll never say no to making new friends. Never. I just passed a sign that said historical marker, but this is all that it is. What is this? Can somebody tell me what this is?
I know I've already said this about California, and then I said it about Nevada, and now I'm saying it about Arizona, but holy crap, this place is so beautiful. The desert is probably not all that interesting to most people, but it's so beautiful out here. As I passed through Phoenix and started to make my way into neighboring Mesa, I started to get a little nervous about meeting these complete strangers, but...
Great to meet you. Claudette.
Hi.
So good to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you. Oh.
This is my new ride.
Nice.
Wow.
It's very cool. I'm very excited about it. It's full of junk right now. Lots of camera gear in my backpack.
That's my carry-on bag, and that's the back of the seat. There is no
There's
space.
none.
These people are awesome. We stood inside their kitchen and talked for 20 minutes before I realized I still have 4.5 hours left of this drive. I probably need to keep going. As I was leaving Mesa, I had to drive through a bunch of canyons, and there are not words to describe how breathtaking the views were. As the sun was finally starting to set on day 2, I said goodbye to Arizona and howdy do to New Mexico. I didn't really film a whole lot that night because I was so focused on just trying to get to El Paso, but putting the windows down, cranking the music up, and just flying through the desert was genuinely magical. Oh, and I stopped and took this picture. Again, when will I get another opportunity to take a photo of my car underneath the stars in the desert in the middle of New Mexico? I'm not passing that one up. By the time I made it to my hotel in El Paso, it was 1 in the morning. I have literally no idea how I managed to do that again. But for the second day in a row, I've managed to spend around 15 hours in this car.
Good morning. Welcome to Texas. Got here about 12:30 a.m. But on the plus side, I got a really good night's sleep. It's currently 7:26. We're about to get on the road. But before we do that, small update with the car. Okay, I believe it is that belt. Whatever that belt is, that's what I think is making the loudest kind of clacky sound. This seems relatively new. We have developed a new sound. Do you hear that, like, clacking sound? I don't think it was doing that when I left California or Vegas. I took a video of it last night and sent it to my older brother, who is a mechanic. He said his prediction is that it is the serpentine belt, or more specifically, it is the wheel that turns the serpentine belt, and the bearings inside of that wheel may be failing. So
if you've ever wondered what I look like when I'm stressed, here's a pretty good example.
I've got 8.5 hours to drive. My brother says it's a roll of the dice. Also, it's a Sunday. It's Mother's Day. There are no mechanics open today. So yeah, I don't really, I don't know.
Yeah, definitely stressed because at this point I am just a little ways past the halfway mark of this trip and I still have over 600 miles to drive today.
So I just called and talked to my brother for another minute or two, and his suggestion was to wait until this mechanic shop down the street opens at 9 a.m. Take the car there, let them look at it, and hopefully give me an assessment as to whether or not, like, it's okay to drive. For the first time in this whole trip, it kind of feels, this doesn't feel good. I got this really horrible knot in my stomach. This doesn't feel good. I don't want to take an extra day trying to get home. I also really don't have the money right now to spend on getting this thing repaired. This is really stressful.
Yeah, I'm really trying to decide if it's worth risking my life and being stranded in the desert just to get this car home. I really don't have much of a plan at this point, so I stopped at Starbucks to grab a quick coffee, and now I'm headed to a Firestone to have them look over the car and hopefully tell me what's wrong.
So I just left Firestone probably 25 minutes ago. I didn't film the conversation with the guy because I was trying very hard to focus on what he was saying. He said, I'm not entirely sure it is the serpentine belt, which is what my older brother and my mechanic friend in Monroe are both telling me it probably is. is. He said he wasn't convinced. These other two people who are both experienced say they do think it's that. So I don't really know what to think. He did say there were no mechanics coming in today who could look at the car or work on the car. I would have to wait until tomorrow, and I don't have that option. So we're back on the road.
Also, I fueled up right after leaving Firestone and I paid $3.89 per gallon. That is by a very long stretch the best fuel prices I've seen up to this point. Charlie's instructions were pretty simple. Get up to the speed limit, put it in cruise control, and just try to enjoy the rest of the drive. So that is exactly what I'll do. Pretty glad to be finally nearing the end of this trip. I have to be honest, it was a little depressing to watch the mountains disappear in my rearview mirror. At one point, I had to go through a border patrol checkpoint.
Hi, how are you?
Hello, sir. Good, and you?
Good.
You a citizen?
I am.
Thank you.
Thanks, have a good one.
While that wasn't on my bingo card for today, it was quite a bit easier than I was expecting. I also saw my very first brush fire on this leg of the drive, and that was pretty scary. I stopped in Midland, Texas to fuel up, and I paid $3.99 per gallon for fuel here. But as I got back on the interstate, I started to notice something off in the distance. That is a dust storm. I don't know if you've ever driven through a dust storm before, but from this experience, I can tell you they're terrifying.
I was trying with everything in me to avoid driving through this dust storm, but I literally don't have a choice. It's literally covering the interstate now. Okay, I am really, oh my gosh, that truck just disappeared. All right, here we go.
I mean, you literally can't see anything in front of you. And yes, I know, dust storms are extremely common. People drive through them every single day. But in case you've already forgotten, I just bought this car 2 days ago, and I'm already having engine troubles.
I don't know if this is safe. Is it safe to drive through? No. Okay, those cars just vanished from view. Oh my lord, that was terrifying.
Finally, the dust started to dissipate, but that was about the time that the rain started. And when I say it rained, I mean it rained, and it rained, and it rained, and then it rained a little more. And given that I bought this car in California, it's not currently equipped with all-season tires, which means it's very prone to hydroplane. So literally all I can do is set the cruise control at 45 miles an hour and just try to stay alive for 350 miles, all the way to Dallas. At this point, I am stressed out to 11, and all I want to do is eat some food and go to bed. Speaking of eating some food, guess what's for dinner? For night 3 of the trip, I was fortunate enough to have a friend let me crash at his house, which is awesome because this trip is really starting to get expensive. I'm not going to be showing you the inside of my friend's house because he really values his privacy and I respect that. So I'm about to completely eviscerate this In-N-Out and then take a very long shower and then sleep for a very long time. I will see you tomorrow morning. That was a magical night of sleep. I got in the bed at 11 p.m., which is significantly earlier than I've gotten in bed any other night of this trip, and I woke up at 8:30 this morning. I don't think I mentioned this earlier, but I actually ordered a replacement for the side view mirror, and it was delivered to my friend's house where I was staying. Oh, by the way, the mirror didn't catch on fire like my sleep-deprived brain thought it did. The reflector fell off. The black part that looks like charred plastic, yeah, that's just the frame that the reflector is supposed to be glued onto. So yay, we have a mirror again. You have no idea how much of a breath of fresh air it was to finally be in a town that I'm actually familiar with. Like, I didn't have to pull up my GPS to go find fuel. I went to one of my favorite coffee spots and I know everybody that works in there. And also just to like be around people. I've kind of been isolated to myself in the car for the last 40 some odd hours. It's nice to finally be around people again. Now, typically, I would just get on the road and start headed home, but since today is only 288 miles or a little over 4 hours, I can actually drive into Dallas and enjoy it a little bit. probably don't know this about me, but I love visiting big cities, especially Dallas. Before leaving town, it's probably smart for me to grab a bite of lunch. Considering I've been eating fresh fruit and granola for lunch for the last 3 days, I decided to have a hot meal for lunch today, and before I officially get on the road home, I have one more stop to make.
What's up, dude?
Right.
Dude, sit in it. Just sit in it.
I don't know if I can fit in here.
Yeah, you can. Come on.
This is Aaron. Longtime viewers of the channel probably remember Aaron from some older videos.
The elevation at which this was grown is a different elevation than where this was grown. Probably sounds there.
Aaron is one of my best friends in this world, and I've been talking to him about this car for weeks, so it was really exciting to get to show it to him, like, in person.
Yeah, it's really nice. Is this a one-way?
There you go.
Yeah, so eventually, yeah.
After saying our goodbyes and making a fresh cup of coffee, it was time to get on the road and make the final stretch home to Louisiana. This drive home from Dallas takes about 4 hours, and honestly, at this point, I've done it countless times. So I wasn't paying attention to the maps or talking on the phone. I was genuinely just trying to soak up the last few hours of this amazing road trip. By no means has it been perfect, but it has literally been one of the greatest experiences of my life. After a couple hours of listening to music and really soaking up the memories of these last couple days,
We made it to Louisiana!
watching the final sunset of the final day as I pulled back into Monroe, Louisiana, where all of this started, I am so overwhelmed with gratitude. You guys have absolutely no idea how hard I worked to save the money to be able to do this, to be able to go buy the car and then make the trip home. And not just any car, literally my dream car. There was a very sobering sense of pride when I finally made it home.
Yes, I did it.
A couple days later, I took the car over to Charlie to let him fully look through everything. And come to find out, it wasn't the serpentine tensioner or anything like that. It was actually the water pump pulley. The rubber coating around the outside of the wheel was starting to strip off, and that's what was making that clacking sound. And when I picked the car up, Charlie even said himself,
Very happy with how everything works.
"Yay!" Mini Coopers might be some of the most unreliable cars in the world, but Benny ain't one of them.